Probably doesn't show too well, but all those trees are coated with ice. It's now 33 degrees, and if you're standing under those trees, you're going to get pelted by little chips of ice falling out. Down here we have a truck. I'm sure he's down here to make sure the lines are not frozen over. Comcast. Apparently they have a cable outage down here somewhere. The flag in front of our house is frozen solid. If the sun were up right now, that would really look beautiful. This camera is actually facing a little bit off to the right. By the way, we're on our way making a dump run. We live in Culpeper County, but we're heading over to Rappahannock County because we're just a hop, skip, and a jump. It takes me 20 or 30 minutes to get down to the Culpeper County landfill, where it only takes me about 5 or 10 minutes to get over to the Rappahannock landfill. And they have a reciprocal agreement that the folks near our dump on the other side of the county, which is also adjacent to Rappahannock, can use our dump, and the folks up at this end of the county in Culpeper that are close to the Rappahannock County dump can use their dump. So we're just dumping in each other's dumps and just having a merry old time. This is Holly Springs Road. We just turned off of Quail Ridge. Holly Springs Road will take us up to Route 211, which is the main drag from Warrenton, Virginia, across the mountains over to Luray, Virginia. Luray has a really neat cavern over there that, as far as I'm concerned, is just as nice and just as interesting as the one in Carlsbad, New Mexico. Have some really beautiful stalactites and stalagmites and underwater lakes and all sorts of cool stuff over there. Not to mention the fact that they have an antique car museum adjacent to the cavern property. It's sort of like an entertainment center, you might say. Pretty neat place. And not only that, in order to get over there, if I were to get down to 211 and make a left and head over towards Luray, it's about 20 miles. You have to go up the mountain and over the Shenandoah Mountains, which runs you perpendicular to Skyline Drive, which is part of the Appalachian Trail. Very beautiful up there. If you decide to take Skyline Drive, well then you need a park pass because that's part of the national park. That's some beautiful scenery up there. Still have a lot of ice on these trees right over to your right. Just wish the sun was out. They would really look beautiful. Actually, they look beautiful to the naked eye. I'm not sure how they look to the camera eye. Although I do know that this camera is attached to my windshield, and therefore it's doing and it's got like an arm that comes out about 6 or 7 inches, and the standard cell phone holder that you use a suction cup to put onto your windshield. And naturally, because of the extension of the little arm that comes out, you get a little bit of a bounce. As I'm sure you see, you're probably going cross-eyed now trying to focus in on anything. Of course, every time we hit a bump in the road, it amplifies it on the camera. Nice farm off to our left, which you can't see. open fields, probably about 300 or 400 acres. Here's an old abandoned house up here on the left that you won't see. It's behind the trees, and it was actually lived in until about 6 months ago. Looks like it was built in the 20s, and it looks like the last time it was repaired was in the 20s. I can't believe anybody actually lived in that place up until 6 months ago, but anyway, they're not there now, so it won't take long for it to start caving in on itself. Okay, we just crossed over Route 211. We only got about 3/4 of a mile, and we'll be down at the dump. We'll be dumping. Boy, those trees straight ahead are just beautiful. Just wish this camera could do it some justice. We're almost to the dump. Yeehaw. Couple potholes down here, so this is all dirt and mud, clay, a little bit of gravel. They spare no expense. This is actually a transfer station. You dump your stuff into bins, and then they come once a week and empty the bins and take it to the real dump, so wherever that may be. Okay. Here we go. I got to get out and let the tailgate down and then back up a little bit more. At least the rain quit. Be right back. Okay, got that all dumped out. Yeah, it takes, I got enough, 2 big trash cans. Fill them up in about a week, sometimes a little more. Around Christmas time, a little bit less. And that's it. Now, I used to put those out once or twice a week to the trash guy, and they charged me $75 every 3 months. That's $300 a year. That's a lot of beer. So anyway, or could be a donation to the church. However you want to look at it, whatever side of the spectrum you're on, that's $300. What's it take me? About a very short time to load up the stuff, very short time to unload it and get back home. We good to go. So now we're heading back out to 211. Whew, it's getting warm in here. I turned the heat on when I got in the truck because it was cold when I first started this trip. Some of those branches on those trees are sort of sagging a little bit from the ice. Now I could tilt my camera, and that don't look so good. Tilt it back. Okay, here we come. 211. There's that house that I was telling you about on the corner of 211 and Holly Springs Road that is no longer in use. Sitting on about maybe an acre of land right on the corner there. I don't know if the people that own this farm over to the right, you couldn't see that field when we were coming down because of the way the camera's tilted. But anyway, I don't know. That might be owned by the people that own that land, and they may have just been renting it out until it got so dilapidated they couldn't rent it anymore. I have no idea. Okay, we just left Rappahannock County and we're now back in Culpeper County. See what I mean? We're just so close to their dump that it'd be ridiculous to run all the way to the south side of Culpeper County, because we're just a few miles from the intersection of Rappahannock County, Fauquier County, and Culpeper County. If I'd have made a left at Route 211 back there, I'd have gone about 3 miles. I'd have been in Culpeper County going that direction. And then about a half a mile after that, I'd have been in Fauquier County on the way to Warrenton, Virginia, which is the county seat of Fauquier County. A lot of Civil War history. If you look up Warrenton, Virginia, look up, do a Google search and do pictures, and they'll even have a lot of Civil War pictures, and a lot of those buildings, the courthouse and jail and all that stuff is still there, right downtown. That's just like Culpeper. If you look up Culpeper and you look up images on Google search, Civil War Culpeper images, you'll get a bunch of pictures of Culpeper. There's a church that they show, a courthouse that they show, and several of those pictures. And of course, Culpeper County was the site of the largest cavalry battle between the North and the South during the Civil War at a place called Brandy Station, not too far from here. And that's where the North more or less proved that their cavalrymen were every bit as good as the Southern cavalry. And both sides of that conflict had encampments in this area during the Civil War, and participated in the Battle of Bull Run. Troops from the South deployed from here up to Bull Run, or as some people know it in the South, the Battle of Manassas. A lot of Civil War history around here. Sperryville, about 18 miles west of here, just at the foot of the Shenandoah Mountains, on the way to Luray. Several skirmishes over that area. Oh, and here we have a UPS guy. Just hope he hangs loose until I get by. Yeehaw. Okay. Oh yeah, he's carrying a box down to that house off on the right. Okay, we're just down here to Quail Ridge, making a left. We are now on Quail Ridge Drive. And of course our house is all the way at the other end, which is about 2 miles. Usually when I go for my walk, I walk from my house up to the top of this hill where we're at right now, turn around, and this is the point where I start walking back. A lot faster in the car or in the truck. And I see that Comcast guy still here. Still in the truck, so I don't know what he's doing. He never got out of the truck when we passed him. He's still sitting there, so maybe he's taking a siesta. It is now 12:15, so that's siesta time. See, the ice has sort of made this guy's plants sort of bow down. They normally stick straight up in the air, but they're almost laying down on the ground now. They're about probably 6 feet tall. They're sort of like a reed of some sort. When I take my walks, usually I'm tired because I usually walk at a really fast pace, and this hill right here doesn't look much driving in the truck from your perspective, but believe me, it's steep. And just about here is when I start getting winded and huffing and puffing, but I keep it going. And now we're going to crest this hill right about here. And now we start our downhill slide, and this is the part of my walk that I really like because it's just about downhill all the way to the rest of the house. Okay. Still going downhill, and now we've sort of leveled out a little bit. Okay, we're going to make, there's Black Hill Road where that stop sign is up there. And I'm going to pull in here just to check the mail. Usually the mailman comes about 10:30, 11 o'clock. If I can get by the mailbox without knocking it over with my mirror. What do we got here? Hopefully no bills. Ooh, Culpeper County High School to the parents or legal guardian of Christiana Krebs Turner. Gee, that can't be good. I doubt if it's anything bad. Christiana's a good kid. Okay, there's somebody making a left-hand turn on the Black Hill Road. As you can see, our house is right on the corner of Black Hill Road and Quail Ridge. Even though our house faces Black Hill Road, our driveway comes down on Quail Ridge. I'm gonna put the garage door up. Pull into our trusty little parking spot here. And now I'm under these trees where all these ice pellets are falling off. Anyway, it's been a pleasure taking you on a trip to the dump. We're back home, so I'm going to call it quits. Lord be with you until we meet again. Bye.